This segment of StraightOutofKC.com is brought to you by...
If you're a company out there and you are looking to create a healthy, productive work environment for your employees, please give us a call. Our number is 816-886-9509, or you can check us out at www.squareoneinteriorsllc.com.
Hi, I'm Erin Lawless with StraightOutofKC.com, and we're here today to talk with the voice of the Kansas City Chiefs, Mitch Holthus.
When you have to live it, breathe it, eat it 24/7, it's nicer to be 7-4 than 6-35 of the last 41 games prior to the season. But Erin, it's been exciting to see what's going on. This is more than this season, because there's an infrastructure being built here from top to bottom that I'm extremely excited about. The amenities for everybody in this stadium, whether they're working in the press or they work for the team or they have a seat or they have a suite, has improved immeasurably. Even in the upper deck, they've got a chance to use the Horizon Club, and the club level's awesome. I mean, it's like a cruise ship has been built around this place. There's two favorite parts for me: the Hall of Honor, which was so well done by the Hunt family. It's the Smithsonian, and it's not just the Chiefs, it's the old AFL being highlighted, and then also the kids lab, the sports lab. That is something that is just, it didn't need to be done as far as like trying to gain revenue or anything. It was done to really provide a service, and it's awesome.
Tell us a little bit about where your passion came from to get into broadcasting.
Well, I was a strange kid, you can imagine that, but and I grew up in a small town. It's fairly famous now because a book's been written about it, a New York Times bestseller, because they're awesome in football. But I grew up playing everything. When you go to that small a school, you do every sport, but I was also involved in debate, forensics, and speech. And I thought, well, how do these two go together? And so there's a passion for sports, but there's also a passion for what sports mean to the fans, and to get to do basically my hometown team. Love everything about Kansas City, and so to be the voice of the team that you grew up with is really an honor and a blessing. When you're the voice of the Chiefs, you have to bleed everything: black and gold, red and blue, purple, because this team encompasses so many colleges and people that have regional interests. I call it the Kingdom. I mean, I'm a little bit proud because I coined that phrase. The Kingdom basically is Des Moines to Tulsa to Columbia, Jeff City to western Kansas, about Hazer Garden City, because you run into the Broncos out there. I call that Belfast. Because one street might be Chiefs and one street might be Broncos. But that encompasses the Kingdom. And within the Kingdom, there's many varied interests and allegiances as far as colleges, but they all come together to root for the Chiefs. It's really 10 markets that the Chiefs have a huge influence. And so that's just going to continue to grow with the new Arrowhead and the new infrastructure with our front office of our team, which they're doing a fabulous job. I do 18 shows throughout the week in the Kingdom. It's part of the job, I think, to be the voice of the Chiefs. One is to care about the community, have some interest in it beyond just doing games, and then two, to promote that team and what it's all about to not only Kansas City, but to the Kingdom. My biggest dream is to have a Veterans Day game here every year, not only for the purposes of Kansas City, but for the nation. I call it conduit to America's conscience. And this is a perfect place to have it because the National World War I Museum is here, and that's how Veterans Day started. The 11th month, the 11th day, the 11th hour, 11th month, 11th day when World War I ended. We're doing the Return the Favor program with the VFW Foundation, which is great. In fact, if people want to be involved, it's real easy. Just text the word return. Just text the word return to 90999, but a $10 donation allows servicemen and women to have up to 25 phone calls to their loved ones.
Coming from Smith Center, this is now your new home and has been for over 15 years.
Right.
How do you really feel like you fit in, or what are the things you really love and enjoy about Kansas City?
Well, and I'm going to say this humbly, but the thing I enjoy about Kansas City is its diversity and the fact that each part of the city has its own unique twist and their own culture. I love this job and this role now, particularly where this team is, because I think we're defining a generation now. This reminds me of what I've read and studied about what Hank Stram and Lamar Hunt did at the very beginning of this franchise. That's happening now, in my opinion, with people like Scott Pioli and Mark Donovan and guys like Rob Alberino and Tammy Fruits. They're really, really, really talented at what they do, and now we're putting the football, the product on the field together. So every Sunday morning when I come to the game, because I think of what it was like as a little kid to go to those games, what it was like when my parents took me here, and now I do the games here. And there's times I get kind of workaholic-ish, and I hate that, but I have a very understanding wife, got a great family, but it also is trying to balance. What you really forfeit is time to yourself. We were chosen for a senior honorary, and it was alphabetical order. I'm H, she was J, and I'm like going, wow, this is cool. There's a thing called mortarboard. It's on most campuses.
Your favorite moment from your years here with the Chiefs?
You're going to get an interesting answer to this. It hasn't happened yet. I mean, I see the old footage of Lenny Dawson and Grigsby and Hank Stram up on that stage with a parade down Main Street. I live for that day.
Well, thank you for spending the time with us.
Sure.
And we hope you get to have one of those favorite broadcast moments sometime in the next couple years.
As do I. Hope it's going to be sooner than later.
All right. Thanks, Mitch.
Yeah.
Check us out and stay tuned with what's going on in Kansas City. StraightOutofKC.com is a production of Intrepid Entertainment.